3 insane FNAF mechanics on how to build them. Let's get started. Number 1, the Freddy Fazbear mechanic. So the first thing you want to do is you want to build your stage for Freddy. I'm just gonna make a wood box as our stage, but you can make any stage you want. Place down a player NPC and give it this player ID. Also, uncheck ignored by infected. Now, make a platform for Freddy's links. It can be any size, but really, it's just going to be some links on this platform, just so we know whose links are who. To start with the linking, place 5 timers, just like this, and we will get back to that later. Now what you want to do is you want to place 5 teleport blocks. These are going to be Freddy's stages. They can be anywhere you want, and there can be as many as you want, but I recommend at least 5. Now we're going to have to make a buffer system for each one of these timers. Basically, it's just a link hub, a timer, and an XOR gate. Just make a bunch like this, since that's as much as we need. Now, connect them in a row in the corresponding order, just how I'm doing here. And if you don't understand what any of that means, just follow what I do. Next, place 5 AND gates, like this, or not like that, like this in a row. And connect each XOR gate to the AND gate. That's basically your buffer system, so it doesn't teleport you instead of the NPC. Make some notes so you can know which stage is which. So for example, 1, which equals first stage, 2, which equals second stage, and so on and so on. Like that, and no, not 3, 4, my bad, and 5. So there's 5 stages. Now, connect each AND gate to the corresponding timer in that row, like this, just so you see. But yes, keep connecting them until you're done. Next, connect every timer to the corresponding teleport block. So, the second timer to the second teleport block. So yeah, just exactly like I'm doing. So the 4th to the 4th teleport block, and the 5th timer to the 5th teleport block. Like that. Now you can set the times to whatever you want. I don't really know what time is best, but I am just going to put some times on the screen. You can use these if you want, or you can just walk out on them, like my dad did on me. Once you have done that, you're going to have to make a touch trigger the size of Freddy, and put it where he spawns. Also, uncheck stays on forever, and connect it to the first AND gate. Right here, I can't click it, there we go. Now do the same thing with another one, but hold up, I actually forgot to make the trigger mode anyone. Make sure to do those settings as well. Anyway, connect this one to the second AND gate. Connect a third one with those settings. Connect a third one to the third AND gate, and so on and so on. And connect the 4th touch trigger to the 4th AND gate, right here. And connect the 5th touch trigger to the 5th AND gate. Now you may have no idea what to do with the final touch trigger. Well, we're going to make another timer right here. But instead of making it so it actually jump scares you like after the timer is done, we're going to make it so we can actually stop him from jump scaring you and going back to the previous stage. So first, don't actually connect it to this timer. Instead, connect it to this XOR gate I just placed. Also, I didn't connect it in that part, so I had to do it here. Anyway, let's use a system that I call the permanent XOR gate stopper. So first, connect an OR gate to 2 link hubs. And connect those 2 link hubs to your XOR gate. This will make it so it'll permanently stop it until that trigger is unaffected. So, like that, it will stop it from triggering. Now before we go any further, let's actually make ourselves a simple door so it looks like we actually stop him from jump scaring us. So first, actually no, don't connect it to the door. Instead, connect it to a NOT gate so it can reverse it so you can actually close it. Now, connect your lever to that OR gate. Also, connect that timer to an escape block. Now we're gonna make it so he actually goes back to the previous stage. So first, let's just make a buffer system. So, link hub, timer, XOR gate, and AND gate. Connect Freddy's final touch trigger to the AND gate. Link the buffer system in order, like this, so it doesn't detect the player did that. And connect the OR gate to the link hub. Now, connect the timer to the previous teleport block, Freddy's 4th stage. If you're willing to spice this up a bit though, connect the AND gate to a timer, unconnect the AND gate to the teleport block, set this timer to 10 seconds, and connect the timer to the teleport block. And that'll just make it so he doesn't go back right away. Make sure this escape block triggers for everyone, or if you want, use a teleport block that teleports you to a death block, and it'll kill the player instead of escaping them. Last but not least, move every touch trigger into the teleport block, so it actually triggers when he teleports inside. Now, make a little box that has a patrol point inside, so Freddy can't move. And just place the patrol point. Last but not least, we need to make ourselves an office touch trigger, so it can actually detect when the player's in the office and when the player's in the cameras. Connect the office touch trigger to all 5 of these link hubs. Oh, and how can I forget about the camera mechanic? Let's just pretend this is our camera. Just by clicking a button, we will go into the camera feed. Now this would represent your hallway camera. And if you don't have one, then I would suggest making one, or just don't make the system at all. So like that, you have your little camera. Now we gotta make it so we can teleport back, like that. And we also have to make it so we can literally teleport in there as well. But first, make a touch trigger that does not stay on forever. And now add your teleport block. And connect the button to the teleport block, and connect the button inside the camera to the teleport block in your office. And for the most important part, connect the camera touch trigger to the OR gate. And I think that is it. Oh yes, also, make this jump scare touch trigger maybe to 10 seconds before it actually kills you or jump scares you. Now just move in the touch trigger and the teleport block. And that should be it. So anyway, let's test this out. Now when you enter a game, as you can see, the light is on. That's just detecting we're in the office, just in case I forget or something. I don't know. So anyway, as you can see, Freddy has moved to stage 1 already. But that's because we haven't left the office. If we actually leave the office, then those touch trigger or those timers would stop activating. So there he goes again. He is gone. I sped this up a bit because it was going very painfully slow, and I don't want to drag the runtime out. Anyway, he has reached the final stage, so let's close the door on him and see if he will teleport back. So we gotta wait a couple seconds before it teleports him back. And it has teleported him back. Woohoo! So now let's try with the camera and see if it'll teleport him back. Let's just wait for him to go back to stage 5. It is very painfully slow, but let's find out if the camera will do the exact same thing closing the door on him did. So we're watching him, we're making sure, and he has magically disappeared. How awesome. Now let's let him kill us. Uh-oh, Freddy Fazbear's at our door. I don't care. I don't care that Freddy is about to kill me. I'm not scared of the Freddy boy. Number 2, the Bonnie and Chica mechanic. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to build your stage for Bonnie and Chica. We're actually going to subtract Freddy from this equation because we already made his mechanic, and I'm not about to redo it. So first, place down Chica and then Bonnie. Give Chica this player ID and give Bonnie this one. Place a touch trigger in front of Bonnie and Chica and give both of them these settings. Next, place teleport blocks. These are going to be Bonnie and Chica stages. So, place as many as you want. I am actually going to give Bonnie 5 stages, while I'm going to give Chica 6. So, you can give them as many stages as you want, but it might get a little harder if you give them like a lot of stages. So, I'm just going to stick with 6 and 5. Give Bonnie and Chica their very own platforms, so we know where their links go. Also, for this one, I'm actually just going to do Bonnie, and then I'll just speedrun Chica because I don't think it really matters because they're the same one. So anyway, we're going to place 5 timers because we have 5 teleport blocks, equivalent to 5 stages. So since we placed all those timers, we're actually going to connect the starting touch trigger to the first timer. This is going to teleport him to the first stage. After the timer is complete, connect the second timer to the second stage. And connect the third timer to the third stage. This one. 4th timer to 4th stage. And 5th timer to 5th stage. Next, place 1 touch trigger in front of each stage. This is going to be how he's going to be able to teleport to each stage. So yeah, just make sure you get each one. And yeah, that's pretty much all you have to do for this part. Make sure they all have these settings. Now, connect the second touch trigger to the second timer. This is basically the second touch trigger because the starting one is our first. So yeah, second touch trigger to the second stage, which equals timer. And just do those settings real quick. So connect third touch trigger to third timer. So yeah, I'm kind of explaining this really crystal clear because some people might screw it up. But anyway, touch trigger, settings. So 4th touch trigger to the 4th timer, like this. 4th, okay, my bad. 5th touch trigger to the 5th timer. So basically, this leads up all the way to his doorway. So he pretty much is at your door now. So since he's at our door, what are we going to do with this one? Well, I'm glad you asked. Well, place a timer and an XOR gate besides it. Connect the XOR gate to the timer. Connect this lonely touch trigger to the XOR gate. Connect the timer to this teleport block. This will just lead to a death block, which will kill the player. Place down an OR gate and place down 2 link hubs. Basically, what I'm going to do is this is a permanent XOR gate disabler. Basically, it's connected since 2 systems deactivate an XOR gate, that's what's going to happen here. And don't connect it to the timer like I just did right here. I'm a dumbo. Connect it to the XOR gate because that's the name. The XOR gate disabler. So anyway, yeah, make sure the OR gate is connected to both of them. And then just move the link hub down. So it just looks like one link. Now we have to make a buffer system. So let me just move this in. Okay, there. So a buffer system is just a link hub, a timer, XOR, and an AND gate. So, and add a timer. Let me just expand the platform real quick. There we go. So, we're going to connect the AND gate to the timer. Give this timer the length of 5, not 10. And connect that timer to the first stage, right here. Now, connect that buffer system in a row, just like this, so it doesn't detect the player and teleport him. So set the little timer to 0, and set this timer to 10. Connect the OR gate to the link hub, and connect the lonely touch trigger over here to this lonely AND gate. Now all you have to do is move in your touch triggers. So they actually activate once they're inside, once they detect that Bonnie is in that stage. So just make sure it's all linked to the correct stuff before you move it in, so just in case it doesn't, bug out or anything. So that's pretty much all you have to, why doesn't this, okay, there we go. So yes, that's all you have to do. So you're done with Bonnie, but we're going to have to repeat everything we just did with Chica. Now, I'm not going to explain that all over again, but you basically get the point. She's literally just the exact same thing as Bonnie. You can set our timers to be a little slower as well. Also, connect these levers to the OR gate that stops the animatronic from jump scaring you. Also, if the animatronic doesn't move, it's probably because this setting is on. Turn off ignored by infected. That's probably the case. That's what happened with me right now. And as you can see, they teleport like a beauty. But don't you think they're moving a bit too fast? Well, we can fix that by making these timers whatever we want. You can make them whatever you want. I'm just going to set them to 5 and stuff, so I can test the game. Like this, 5, 5, 5. So now when you play a FNAF map on the server list, actually don't do that. Do never play a FNAF map on the server list. It's going to end up looking like this. But anyway, if they listen and do what I just told you guys, but yes, their FNAF maps will improve. So will your guys's. If you use this mechanic, of course. But anyway, they're in the hall and they're pretty close. And oh boy, oh no, he's about to kill me. Yeah, not a problem. I'll just close the door on his face. Heh. And guess what? I think he goes back. That is amazing. So yes, that's pretty much how the mechanic works, and I'm very proud of it. It's not the best mechanic. So I'm not insanely proud, but I'm glad I could share it with you guys. Number 3, working power system and realistic doors. To get started, what you're obviously going to want to do is you're going to want to get rid of these boring old doors. I'll just example with one for now. So first, you're going to want to place a slab down. This is going to be the yellow. This is going to be the yellow metal part. Get rid of the slab and move it down. Now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to color this black. And you're going to want to place it on top. This will make it so you don't have to place another slab. And then you can place it down again. So, here, add a piece of metal. And let's place some gray metal. This will be the upper part of the door. So, place another piece of metal down by the middle. It should let you, just like that. And just get the top once more. Make sure to colorize them and maybe like the opposite order, just so it looks a little cooler. Anyway, we're gonna get a half wall, and it's going to have to be wedged in there. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to offset it into there. So let's just go ahead and do that exactly like this. Make sure it's the color of your wall so it actually matches. So anyway, as you can see, it is not blocking our way, and we are able to make a realistic looking door. Anyway, grab a link hub and connect your lever to it. Whatever your lever is connected to, connect your link hub to. Anyway, also connect your lever to all of these little frames, which are basically just your little frames. And that's literally just your door. It's that simple. So now let's repeat on this side. Now, don't worry, hold your horses. It's all the same thing. It's not anything different. It's literally the exact same concept, metal part, metal part, metal part, metal part, metal part, and then offset the little half slab. Just like that. Anyway, there are your simple doors. So, it's pretty plain and boring, so you can get your own sounds, but, I don't have the IDs on me currently, but yeah, you can just get those IDs however you want. Now, I think we can spice this up a bit. So, how about we build the power system? So, pretty much, just follow what I do. We're obviously going to need a digital display because it's basically displayed as a timer. Alright, so first, put an AND gate behind both link hubs. Place a NOT gate, and place an OR gate, and place a timer. Connect the OR gate to the timer, and make sure resets when unpowered is unchecked, and make that whatever you want. Anyway, connect the timer to the NOT gate. Connect the NOT gate to both AND gates. Connect the AND gates directly to the link hubs. Connect the levers to the AND gates instead of the link hubs. And finally, connect the levers to the OR gate. And there's the first one, and there is the second one. Now in your FNAF maps, people can't just camp your doors because there's actually a power system. So if they decide to camp doors, well, they're going to be real big of a morons because you can no longer camp doors thanks to this secret buff that no one knows about. So we're just going to wait a couple seconds, and then this should pretty much just be over. And there we go. So the timer has 0, and we can no longer close the doors as many times as you try. So that's a big whoop, and then you die. Oof. Here's a little bonus mechanic, the power outage system. To start off, connect the timer to the 2 link hubs. This will make it so they don't stop activating. You may wonder why. Well, that's because we're going to make ourselves a power outage. Because of the har. So anyway, we're just going to build ourselves a really black box. You can detail yours as much as you want. Heck, you can even grab yourself a fake office. But I'm going to just make a black box with cool stuff like the signature Freddy eyes. And you'll see how I make them blink. But anyways, for the roof, I'm going to use a shadow block so it's actually extra dark. And as you can see, it's pretty dark in here. Put some invisible blocks inside, basically the size of the player, so we actually stand still instead of being able to walk around. Place down a teleport block and make sure it triggers for everyone and time between uses is 0. Connect the timer to the teleport block. Place down a touch trigger and size it the size of the invisible box. Give it these settings, just the default settings. And now we're going to do some more linking. So connect the touch trigger to this timer and connect the timer to this looper. Make the looper repetitions 0 and make the loop interval 1. Or this can be 0.5 or 0.4, just something low. Anyway, connect that looper to the eyes. Set this timer length to 5. Place down a randomizer and place down 3 more timers. Basically, I'm going to randomize it however long it takes him to kill us. So anyway, I'm going to give him like different times, like 15, 20, and 10. You can give him any times you want. So connect the randomizer to all of them, like this. Now, connect all these timers to an escape block. So basically, whichever one gets activated will set off that escape block after their amounted time has been activated. So that is pretty much it. And obviously, we can't have a har sequence without the signature sounds. So we're going to connect this one to that sound, and the upper one, and this one to that sound. Give this sound block this sound ID, and give this one this sound ID. Let's go ahead and test out this har sequence. So now, if your guys try to camp the little, the doors, well, instead of just killing them, there's a bigger punishment. You get to be scared for your life, or you get to relive your childhood. Har. All right, never mind. It interrupted my terrible singing. Anyway, I don't know how to give a goodbye message, but this was pretty fun to make. 4 mechanics, I gave them to you because y'all have gotten me so close to that 1K goal. And we're actually pretty close. We're almost halfway there. We're almost 3/4 there. Anyway, have a happy Thanksgiving.